All right, today we're pig moving pigs. They were in this area for about 2 weeks. They knocked down a lot of these weeds, ate what they could, ate what you wanted. Now, because they had the trees, they did not sleep in here once. There's no grass that's like, you know, look like they were sleeping on. They would just sleep in the trees. With pigs, if you have a bunch of trees covering them, they don't necessarily need a shelter. They will definitely not use it unless they will use it if you get a lot of rain. But even that, they're pigs. They're meant to be outside. So they're not meant to put in the house. Let's check out on our turkeys. We got 8 turkeys now. Started with 15. They keep having these leg problems. As soon as they get these leg problems, they're dying. I've been giving them some brewer's yeast, and I don't think this is working either. It could be just a batch, but you know, the same thing happened to me last year. But at this point last year, at least they looked a lot healthier than these guys. These are just a big white turkey. Last year we did the bronze-breasted turkeys. And I just give them a sprinkle of this stuff, brewer's yeast. Has a bunch of vitamins, just added protein. This one has some leg issues. Look at that one. I think it's safe to say I'm never going to do this breed again. I prefer the bronze ones, bronze-breasted turkeys. Usually when they get the legs spread out like that, they're going to die. I think it's just a batch. It's like buying Cornish crosses. You never know. You know, sometimes you just get a bad batch. And you get a lot that die. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do. In case you have not heard, I started a podcast with Ben Holler from Holler Homestead and Al from Alumna Acres, and it's alive right now. We've already posted a few episodes. You can check it out on Spotify and all those podcast apps. And also we created our own YouTube channel, which is Homestead Shop Talk Podcast. It's just a few dudes hanging out, talking shop. So yeah, you can check it out on the apps, plus the YouTube channel. I'll leave the link down below in the notes so you guys can check that out. You're so patient, Zeke. So patient. This area right here is hard soil. This is the spot where I came in with my new push brush mower to clear some lanes for the netting. They're gonna have a lot of shade in here because it's gonna be hot.
Curious to see what they'll eat. What they'll eat and what they won't touch.
Now we set up the netting. They got plenty of trees over there. We're about to make these moves.
This is not in the ground very tight. Come on, piggies.
Come on, piggies. This way.
Come on. Come on.
That little one bark.
Yeah, he did. He did a bark.
Pigs bark when they're excited. Pigs in the woods. Little Kune piggies in the woods. Elvira's got to check the surroundings, make sure everyone's safe over here. She usually makes, every time you put her to a new spot, she usually goes around the perimeter, make sure the netting's nice and tight, no one's gonna escape and no one's gonna come in. They will eat all the poison ivy because we got a bunch in this area. Oh yeah, those little piggies are gonna be some good eating. Just making the rounds.
This is for water. Where should we put it?
Somewhere, gotta be somewhere flat.
Yeah, I know.
Probably there.
Yeah. Did you bark? She's like, where's the grain?
All right, Zeke, your turn. Come on, Zeke. We need to move on. We're trying to switch shelters. We're going to give Zeke the big shelter, give the other Kunes that little one, because they're in the woods now. There's no room for the big shelter. Rain's going to feed them over there on the other side. I need to bring in that coop.
Ah! Elvira's in the bucket!
We're going to give them this shelter just in case we get some good rain. I think we might.
Okay, they got water.
We keep moving up the mountain here. And the further we go up, we need to think about how we're going to haul water up. Yeah, we could fill up some buckets, put them in back of the mini truck, and drive it up here. But there's better ways. All right, so now that the pigs are in the woods, we need to figure out a water situation. I've been currently making some kind of rainwater catchment system. I'm not done with that, so I'm not want to reveal that just yet. But soon, I'm hoping. I was hoping to finish it by now, but you know, projects, they can take time, especially if you have to drive to the hardware store multiple times a day. These are 30-gallon barrels. They are food grade barrels. They're used, but they look really clean. Lid pops off. Similar to these big 55-gallon barrels, these are 30. What I want to do for the Kunes is put a nipple water like this one. I built this one 5 years ago, and I still use it for my feeder pigs. The Kunes, they are not feeder pigs, and they don't go through as much water. What I love about our Kunes is that they do not flip their water bowls. Now with the little piglets, little burritos that we have, they will get in the water and they'll dirty it, but even the bigger pigs that we have, Elvira and Zeke, they don't flip it over. Now feeder pigs, they will definitely flip that water bowl over. You could check Facebook Marketplace for these barrels. That's where usually you'll find them. Or what I've done is called restaurants, and sometimes they'll have these available. The most durable way, easiest way to do this is get a bulkhead fitting, threaded bulkhead fitting, brass. I want to install this a little bit higher. Felt like that's a little too low. Let's do it a little bit higher. I need to go past this little. If you do not have a hole saw bit, I suggest buying a kit where it comes with different sizes, because you will use that more often than not. All right, so that'll be in the blooper reel, but I used the wrong hole saw bit. This one's a little bit too big, which, you know, when I tested it, it seemed all right, but then after I did it, I was like, I should have used the 1 inch, and we'll use that for something. Let's try this again, shall we? You can put it on this way, so that way this part is protruded out, or you could flip it around and have that in. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's threaded inside here, and it's threaded outside here, so that way when you screw on that nipple thing, you can do it either way. But for this one, I'm gonna do on the outside, have it protrude out, because what I noticed with the pigs, they have to, if that was in, they would really have to press their nose up against this to drink. Tighten that. Luckily, I bought a whole bunch of these nipple waterers for pigs 4 or 5 years ago, because I knew one day I was gonna build another one. So this is threaded, it's threaded in here, and then you just screw it on. See what I mean? Look at this. This is the old one. I didn't do that to this one, but this is protruded a little bit out, because if you notice here, this mark right here, this is where they press up their snout right up against that trying to drink. And so rather than having to do that, I felt like that was a little bit in the way because it was so close. The issue I know I'm going to have with this is filling it up with water. The more we go up on top of the property, the more we don't have hose. The hose doesn't reach that far, and even if it did, it'd be like a little tiny trickle. All right, so that's about, you know, I want to be able to still pick it up. See, if I had another barrel of some sort, like back here, maybe with a pump, electric pump, I could just get a hose and from that barrel fill up this blue barrel without having to fill up all these buckets. So I might end up doing that. I mean, it sounds like that would work.
You ready to put water in there?
A little bit. Oh, here's their water. Usually it's like that by the end of the day. You know, it's dirty because those little pigs get in it. We've been filling up their water once in the morning and then once at night. Zeke Usually he doesn't mess with his water. He doesn't hardly drink water, really. That water will still be full. I mean, there might be like a whole day without even filling it. So I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna do a blue barrel like that for Zeke just yet, but definitely for these guys, because you got, you know, 4, 5.
She's already taking it. Did she put her mouth on that?
No.
What if you put it like against those trees right there? Yeah, right there. That should be good.
Right, she's gonna tip it over, or they're gonna use it as a scratching post for sure. Or you could put some T-posts, put on a pallet, put some center blocks. I don't know. This might not work.
I think we need to give it some more water so we can dump it on there. Did you fart?
Ooh.
I think one of these had just farted. Did it feel better?
That's it. We're still gonna give them this water. We're gonna leave that there, and hopefully they'll use it. We'll just, time will only tell. We'll see this week. You know, encourage them to use it. We'll try to do that, but yeah, it's gonna be there and see what they do. Usually when I do this with feeder pigs, they catch on pretty quick, maybe 1 or 2 days, and they're on it. They know what's up. Pigs are smart. They'll catch on. Especially my Kunies. They are the smartest. Yes, you are. Got an itch. Get it. What's Lorraine doing right now?
I'm about to serve dinner. So I've got some grilled corn and some rice that I made with some leftover pork drippings from another meal. And then I've gotten here some beef barbacoa, and it looks and smells delicious. And then I've got a salad on the table with a homemade creamy balsamic vinaigrette.
And these are from the Holler Homestead. This is Holler Homestead corn. Don't forget the spice.
I don't know. We'll find out if it's hot or not.
So this is from one of our steers that we butchered. Very tender.